Let's look at the drawing of hydraulic schematics. And you're already familiar with most of these symbols already. Some of these examples have a few odd ones thrown in that we haven't talked about yet. But you know about pumps and motors, pressure relief valves, directional control valves, cylinders. And you can see that these schematics are quite simple. They're just single line drawings, real simple, with real simple symbols. One thing to just be aware of, as we said last time, is that these systems are always a closed loop. So you want to make sure that your schematic is actually doing that the pump is pumping fluid through some valves into some actuators, and that oil can get back to the tank. Oh, let's see here. Now, I think we've mentioned this before, but you will notice several tank symbols on one schematic drawing. And the reason for that is to keep the drawing clean and uncluttered. If you had just one tank symbol and you tried to connect a bunch of pressure relief valves and directional control valves and other stuff back to the tank, you'd have lines going all over the place and it would be hard to follow. So we always show where oil drains back to the tank, we show one symbol there. If there's another place where oil drains back to the tank, we show a separate symbol there. So that keeps everything clean. Usually you will see a motor attached to the pump in the schematic. Some schematics don't have that, but if you wanted to add a motor like you're going to on our schematic that we're drawing today, just stick a little line up there, make a circle with an M in it, boom, you've got a motor. And let's see. I guess I want to say something about this half circle jumping over the line. Some drafters draw solid dots where there's a connection, where one line connects into another line. Other drafters don't. I think that's kind of an old-timey way to do it. And then if a line looks like it crosses another line but they don't actually connect, many drafters like to make that half circle thing showing the line basically jumping over the other line, just to make extra clear that these are not connected. Some drafters like to show a curved arrow showing what direction the motor rotates. You don't have to do that though. And you can arrange these symbols in various ways. You are not drawing the system to scale, as you can see, by any means. You are drawing the function. You are drawing where the hydraulic fluid flows. So you can turn these cylinders or these valves whatever direction is convenient for you to make a clean looking drawing and fit it on the page. It doesn't have to look like this. What you are showing is where does the oil go, that's all. Oh, this is an interesting one. This is from Parker Hannifin, a big hydraulic supplier. So this is a schematic for a machining center where you'll put a workpiece in the machine, a clamp will clamp down, this hydraulic cylinder will activate the clamp, and then a drill operated by the other cylinder will come in and drill a hole. Here is the same schematic where they've added a pressure relief valve to use as a sequencing valve. So now oil from the pump comes in here and activates the clamp cylinder, and the piston moves forward, it extends. And when it extends as far as it can go, you can see that this line here also connects to a pressure relief valve. The oil, once it had gone as far as it could go, the oil would back up into this pilot operated relief valve, and that would slide this spool over, and now oil would flow into the drill. So this pressure relief valve sets up the sequence. First the clamp clamps, then when it's clamped, then the drill will extend. So that's that. Oh yeah, here's where I said dot and half circle. And here's another enclosure. We've seen that before with our valves. This is our assignment for today. We are going to draw our own schematic. And this scribbly picture is out of our book, or out of our PDF from our book. And what he is saying is, your engineer has scribbled out this schematic on paper and given it to you and asked you to make a more finished looking schematic. So, oh, that's weird. Those are single acting cylinders. I just noticed that. Huh. Not sure what to do. Oh, yeah. Okay, so those are single acting cylinders. Weird. So what you are going to do is add a motor to the pump, just a little stick with a circle and an M in it for a motor. This big rectangle down here was the engineer drawing a blob for the tank, the reservoir. We don't want that. We want another tank symbol down there. And just do the best you can. Make the sizes approximately proportional. As far as I know, I don't know of AutoCAD providing hydraulic symbols in its design center. So if it were me, I would just draw my own symbols the first time. If it were me, I would save those symbols, each one as a block, so that in the future, if you have to draw hydraulics like at work, you'll have the blocks and you won't have to draw them again. If you happen to find either a place in AutoCAD or a CAD library online that has these things already drawn, it would be great if you wouldn't mind sharing that in the class forum on our class page. Tell other people where you found them so that we can all go find them. But barring that, just do the best you can. This is just to give you a little bit of practice with wrestling with these symbols, is all.